In this video, I want to show you how to make the eccentric cam in Onshape. In Onshape, you will need to create a new document or project. Go to Create, choose Document, and then title your project or document Automata, and choose Create. If you look at the eccentric cam, it is based off of a D dimension here. We are going to use the parametric modeling technique to create all of these cams, but primarily we need to start off by setting some parameters. In Onshape, you will need to go on the right side and choose Variable Table. Now we will need to create a variable studio. Here, these will be variables that we will create that will be shared throughout this entire project. We want to create one called DIA, and we will just click somewhere, and we want to give this a value of 1 inch. Next, we will create one just below it. It will actually create a new slot for you to create another one. And we will give this one 0.26. Let me explain what 0.26 is. For all of these cams, we have a square hole that will be used for the axle to go through. We use square balsa wood that is 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. So it is square. To give ourselves a little tolerance, to give us a little bit of clearance so that it doesn't totally strip the wood that we're going to use for the automata, we make the square hole 0.26. That's why we make the hole 0.26. Now that we have created the variables that will be shared throughout this entire project, DIA, or for diameter, will be 1 inch, and then the hole will be 0.26. We're ready to begin working. First, I want to create a sketch on the front plane, and then I want to turn off all of the work planes from that point. I do want to leave on the origin. I'm going to click on the front face of the view cube here and zoom out just a little bit. I'm going to first create the overall cam. I'm going to go to Circle and place the center of this circle at the origin. I'm going to place this circle, and then I will use the dimension tool and give this circle a diameter. What I want to do here, instead of typing a number, I just want to type in DIA. You'll notice that when I type DIA, it is going to my parameters that I've created, or my variables that I've created, and I want to choose the one that says number sign diameter, or a hashtag diameter, or DIA, and I want to choose that. Once I do, I can hit enter. You'll notice that if I double click back on this dimension, it says hashtag or number DIA. I could also type in number DIA to get this to appear without having to choose, and maybe I'll show that in just a moment. So this is the overall cam. Next, we will create the hole just below the center. We're going to go to Inscribe Polygon, which is right here. If you hit the drop-down option, you see that there are two options, Inscribed and Circumscribed Polygon. Inscribed Polygon means that the sketch or the circle that is used to create this polygon will be inside of the polygon, and that is the reason why we're choosing that one. So I'm going to choose Inscribe Polygon. I want to start the creation of this polygon. I'm going to let it find the origin and let it come down somewhere around here. And then I'm just going to come up until it's about like that, straight up. And then my number of sides will be 4. I'm just guiding my mouse down so that it reduces the number of sides to 4. And you'll notice that with the sketch, we have a sketched circle and is a construction circle, but we have a square that is permanent that will be part of the sketch. So we need to put a couple dimensions on this. We're going to go to Dimension and place a dimension from the origin to the center of this circle. If you look at the drawing for the cams, you'll notice that it says from the center of the cam to the center of this hole is d divided by 4, so diameter divided by 4. So here in Onshape, we will just type in diameter, and we will choose number or hashtag diameter divided by 4, and it will do the math for us, which is 0.25. But again, if you click on that dimension, it will say diameter divided by 4. Now we need to give the circle a diameter, again, which is what the polygon or the square is based off of. So I just clicked on dimension, I chose the circle inside the polygon, and I'm going to type in the word hole, and I will choose number sign hole or hashtag hole and press enter on my keyboard. I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm just simply going to go to the isometric view so that I can see the extrusion when it happens. I do want to turn this origin off. I no longer need this origin. And now I want to go to extrude. And I need to tell Onshape what I want to extrude. And I want to extrude this area right here so that it extrudes everything but the little square. My distance, according to our drawing, it says that the thickness for all of these can be 0.1875 through 0.25. I'm just going to use 0.25 as a thickness. So I will type in a thickness of 0.25. I will just click somewhere or press enter, and then I will hit the check mark. Before we finish this up, we need to do a couple things. First of all, I want to right click on this part studio, and I want to call this Eccentric Cam. I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to hit Control C on my keyboard. Next, where it says Part 1, I want to right click on it, and I want to rename it. Here, I'm going to, on my keyboard, hit Control V for paste. Next, I want to right click on Eccentric Cam here and choose Assign Material. I'm going to hit the drop down option here where it says None, and then scroll down all the way until I find PLA and hit the check mark. Then I want to right click again and choose Edit Appearance. I want to choose a color. I'll just use this blue color, and I will hit the check mark. So that is how you create the Eccentric Cam in Onshape.